Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Arc Basics, a show where we break down the ABCs of how to start an arc, how to accomplish things, how to achieve things, how to be the best you possibly can be. That's right, we're going with the full ABCs of arc. A for arc, B for basic, C for, well, whatever you want it to be. C can be anything. Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to Arc Basics. I'm Phlinger Phoo, and today we're going to be discussing those little pain in the butt dudes. Well, they are kind of a pain in the butt when you're low. When you're just starting out on either Scorched Earth, they're not really as bad on Ragnarok and maps like that, but on Scorched Earth, these guys can be kind of a pain in the butt. But, say you're out in the middle of the desert, or you are playing on Scorched Earth, you got no other place to be, so, and you need lots of wood. And you are not nearly ready for going out and getting that massive mammoth that you need, or going out and getting that massive mantis that you need, so where you can go harvest all the stuff that you want, but you want a bunch of wood, and you want a bunch of wood quick. Well, good news. There's a there's a beaver on Scorched Earth that works amazingly well. Yeah, they're called the Thorny Dragon. I'm sure a lot of people already know about them. These guys, they're actually really dang good. And you can also tame them up quite early on. You can actually knock these guys out with a boomerang if you're determined. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it. So yeah, now for the most part, I would recommend using a crossbow or a long neck. Now, we have got long necks and crossbows. We've got really good long necks and crossbows. But for purposes of this video, since it is basics, we're going to craft up a brand new primitive crossbow, and we're going to use that to tame one, because I think it's kind of important that we do it so where, you know, a level 25, level 30 survivor that's just, hey, you know, they're starting to set out for looking towards base locations, and they want to, you know, get some wood right quick so where they can start building a base. That's kind of the goal here. So we're going to go craft ourselves up a brand new crossbow, and then we're going to go out and we're going to go tame a Thorny Dragon, or as I like to call them, sandy beavers, because that's exactly what they are. They're sandy beavers. Yeah, these guys are great. All right. All right, let's get that thing crafted up. And also, if you're out on the desert and you're just starting out, cactus broth is super easy to craft. I would recommend you guys take a look at that stuff. It is amazing. Yeah, if you guys are out on Scorched Earth, the recipe for cactus broth here, I'm going to rattle off a few things here really quick. It's 10 measure berries, 30 cactus sap, 10 azul berries, 10 amar berries, and just water. Just put a canteen inside of inside of a cooking pot, and there you go. It's really good. What it does is here, let me show you, is you feel less thirsty and better able to handle the heat. Also, it makes you a little bit less, it reduces the aggro range of some dinos. Not by a lot, not nearly as much as, say, Gilly or anything like that, or bug repellent, but it does have a little bit of effect. I wouldn't depend on that part at all, but it makes it so where you don't have to drink nearly as much water, plus it also replenishes your water, and the benefit is it lasts a long time. So yeah. Alright, so hey, let's see, crossbow, let's put that down there. Let's load up some trank darts. Also, when you're going out to tame one of these Thorny Dragons, I would recommend that you bring a little bit of narcotics. Yeah, on this playthrough right here, I'm playing, I think it's, ×4 is the setting for taming. So, I'm not going to need as many narcotics, but I'm still going to need a few narcotics. But on official default settings, yeah, you're going to need a little bit of narcotics. Not a lot, just enough to kind of offset it. It's not like Gallimimus or anything like that speed where it just, you know, or Quetzal where it just falls down super fast. But it's still going to go down, just so you know that. All right. Now, one of the better places to find Thorny Dragons, well, you look about, you know, across the countryside and you go, hey, is there sand out there? And if the answer is yes, there's Thorny Dragons. But if, you know, you're having a hard time finding some, go over towards the mesas on Scorched Earth. Now, see, over towards, like, that area, that's a mesa up there. That's a mesa over there. Chances are you're going to find a heavier concentration of Thorny Dragons over there. But also, if you're looking for some other ones, those mountains right over there, right at the very base of them, there's always thorny dragons over there. Always. There's a lot of them over there. And I saw a raptor over here that I kind of want to avoid. But we're going to hop up here and we're going to go see. Now, when you're taming these things, you can use a pen. A pen is actually really effective for taming these things. It's not necessary at all. You can just open world tame these guys, just, you know, out in the open without having to worry too much about it. But if you're having problems, I would recommend getting a taming pen. But if you're a little bit more advanced, you're a little bit more sure in your skill level, then yeah, by all means, just find yourself a rock, prop yourself on top of it, and sorry, Mr. Dodicarus, have fun chasing me. All right, yeah, just prop yourself on top of a rock and then tame away. These guys are actually pretty dang easy. But if you have a Thylacoleo, like I do, they're even so much easier because all you have to do is sit on the back of the Thylacoleo and then nobody's gonna mess with you at all. You can just tame away at your leisure. Alright. Alright, I will bring you guys back when we find one. I'm not having very good luck. Normally, they're everywhere. Oh, hey. Thylacoleo. You know how much we've always wanted one of those, right? Never mind. We don't want that one. Keep on keeping on, dude. You're not the Thyla we're looking for, or you're not the Sandy Beaver we're looking for. And wouldn't you know, as soon as I turned off the recording, bam, there's a couple. Let's see. There's one there, level 10, level 40, and level 20. Okay, well, we'll go for the level 40. Because if we're doing basics, we don't have to go for the super high level ones. You don't have to spend a ton of time looking. We're just covering the basics on how to do the little guys. So yeah, let's do that. Now, if you don't have a Thylacoleo, what you're gonna want to do is, these guys, they have the annoying tendency of shooting darts out of their butt. Well, it's actually out of their tail, but it looks like it comes from their butt, and that's what I'm going for. There's another one over there. 35. Okay. Alright, we don't want you. Alright. So he's gonna shoot at us. See those little darts that come? We're gonna dodge those. And pretty much just get him pinned on the side of the rock, right like this. It's really not that hard, but just pay attention to those spines, because see that? They do cause a little bit of torpor. Alright. And you want to make sure that you're not pelting them too hard, because these low-level guys or regular thorny dragons, they really don't have that much health, but I wouldn't be too worried about killing them. Alright, and he's out. Alright, so see, it's that simple. They're really not that hard to knock out. But once that we've got him knocked out, now we're gonna go try to see if we can go get some some prime meat, because that's really all they need is some prime meat. And now you can use kibble for these guys, and one sec. Alright, their preferred kibble is just regular kibble. It's pretty easy to make. You can start making it early on with some lower level tames. But for this one right here, I'm not gonna worry about any of that kibble stuff. We're just gonna go get some prime meat. Do we have any? Oh, we do. Okay, yeah, we've got some prime meat. Alright, but with these guys right here, on Thorny Dragons, I would recommend, especially on Scorched Earth, I would recommend starving them out. On, like, the Island and Ragnarok and stuff like that, normally I don't recommend starving things out. Well, I mean, it's really, it's more of a personal preference if you want to starve things out. But prime meat lasts so very little amount of time on Scorched Earth. So get yourself some salt, throw it in your dino's inventory, go gank a bunch of stuff with prime meat after the thing's been starved out, so you can just throw it on him, and then it'll just tame up right away with just that prime meat. And that's really one of the only reasons to starve things out. They get the same taming effectiveness, all that stuff like that. So that's just my takeaway for how to tame thorny dragons, because prime meat it spoils so fast on Scorched Earth. Yeah. So just I'm gonna starve this guy out, and I'll bring you guys back. All right. So see on these guys, yeah, their torpor's going down kind of quick. So is his his food. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw this stuff on there. He's already kind of low, but yeah, he'll be fine. All right. Now when throwing any meat on these guys on Scorched Earth, always throw an extra stack of regular meat on. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna take a little bit. Hopefully Prime meat lasts. Yeah, it should be fine. Now I've got increased spoil time on this playthrough too. So yeah, normally this would be half that. Okay. Alright, now we wait. Alright, and it's up. Alright, so now what we're gonna do with this guy is, let's just keep all that stuff on there. We're gonna take this and we're gonna put it inside of a cryo orb until we can get over to base. We can make a saddle on it. Now, there's a bunch of things I want to discuss about the benefit of having one of those things. Actually, you know what? Let me get that meat back. Alright, even though the prime meat's just gonna spoil. Alright, there's a bunch of different things that I want to cover when it comes around to, Thorny Dragons, because Thorny Dragons actually have a lot of really good uses. They can take a hit pretty dang well, especially when you get some really nice bred ones, and you get some really high level ones. Yeah, they can take a really good hit. So, while a lot of people actually say, you know what, I'm gonna joke around, I'm gonna make this battle beaver, a Thorny Dragon or a sandy beaver is actually already a pre-made battle beaver. It's really cool because they can pack a wallop, they can gather a bunch of stuff, they can move pretty fast, especially when they're imprinted. And these guys, they can actually be a regular ground mount that you choose to have, because once they're imprinted, here, let me show you, or once they're, once you put a saddle on them and stuff like that, they go pretty dang fast. Now, their saddle is pretty low to craft it. It takes a little bit of resources, but it's only level 40. That's not bad at all. Right, but it has the downside. It is the Hyaenodon over there, just meandering around. I wonder if he wants to join my Hyaenodon pack that I've got right there. Ooh, and a raptor. All right, looks like the Hyaenodons are gonna get a little bit of feeding today. All right, but yeah, the sand is really the only hard part about making. Oh, I've already got some made right here. It's really the only hard part about making the saddle is the clay. All right, let's see, saddles. All right, so we still need 50 hide and 125 wood. Good thing there is some raptors right up here. All right, come on, guys. Get him. Oh, but you're not going to join in? Oh, you want to keep it fair, huh? Right? Fair enough. Various mantis? Alright. Let's get all these guys following. Alright. Over here, grab a tree. Wrong button. Mantis, you make some weird noises, man. Alright. Sure, there's enough hide right there. Thank you. And, of course, we overshot our little bit. Alright, now, there's... Here, let's make up the saddle here. I'll finish discussing everything else about the saddle here. And then also the ridden Thorny Dragon, because these guys, they're actually pretty amazing. And I've always wanted to do a playthrough where these guys are my primary mount. But back when Scorched Earth first launched, it was pretty easy to recognize just how good these things were. So I ended up making an army of them, taking them out and fighting deathworms with them. They're that good. Yeah, they'll do it. All right, so here, let's throw this right like that. Bam! And now you will notice that these guys, their saddle, it's a smithy. Yeah, it's really good. All right, let's just get you some health. You're probably gonna need it. Yeah, it's a regular smithy. You can craft all sorts of stuff in it. Anything that you could a smithy. Yeah. I just don't know if you can repair things in here. Apparently we can. All right, so, but now that we've got that, another cool thing that you can do with these guys, you can fire off the back of them. Yeah, it's that right there. It's a game changer, because if you get a really well imprinted one of these things, and you increase its movement speed, you increase its health, and then you increase its stamina and melee damage, then these guys, they can be a really, really good mount. Now, you'll notice that starting out right now, his movement speed is a little bit lacking. But that movement speed goes up by 20% once they're imprinted. And if you get a really nice one, or you get a really nice couple of them, and then you breed them together and then use that, chances are you're going to have a high health one, you're going to have a high stamina one, you're going to have a decent weight on this guy, and you're going to have a really good movement speed and melee damage. So if you get a regular one just right out of the box, regular or tamed, I would say level up its health and its weight, and then maybe a little bit of melee damage. But if you're going to use it as a regular combat mount, then I would say just health, melee damage with a little bit of stamina, and then a little bit of movement speed as you're going. Because, yeah, chances are eventually after a while you're going to want it to be a little bit faster. But if you have an imprinted one, and you have a really nice bred one, and you want to have a battle beaver, or a battle sandy beaver, then I would go with health, melee damage, and some stamina. That's it. Maybe a little bit of movement speed once you get those other stats where you want it, but this guy's, he's actually going to go pretty well. If you want just a gathering mount, which these guys, these guys are a complete jack of all trades. They are. They're really good. If you want a gathering mount, just go weight. Just straight up weight. Maybe a little bit of melee damage. That's it. Yeah, there's nothing else to say on that. But another good thing about these guys is you can attack off the back of them, and then once you like run out of stuff, or say if you're like propped on something, you can actually fling some torpor stuff at things. Now, granted, it does about the same amount of torpor as a boomerang. It's not a lot, but since it does 0 damage, it will over time knock a bunch of things out unless their torpor is going down. You can actually, through persistence, knock out Rexes with it. Yeah, it'll take you some time, but you can totally do it. But I wouldn't go completely off that. I would, I'd supplement it with, some darts and stuff like that. I wouldn't use it as the only way of knocking something out. I just wouldn't do it. That really, it would take you a long time to do it. But yeah. All right, so another thing that we want to discuss about the battle beaver, or the sandy beaver, or the thorny dragon, whatever you want to call it, is their weight reduction. Because yes, being a jack of all trades and being a gathering dino, they do have weight reduction, and it comes in some pretty weird forms. Their fiber and thatch that you put on them only weighs 1/5 of what the normal weight is. Yeah, so you can load them up with tons of thatch, tons of fiber, and yeah, they're not going to get overburdened by it very quickly. Now, if you put stone and wood on them, they have half weight reduction. So yeah, you can load up a whole ton of stuff. These guys can be your dedicated gatherer, and then if you're breeding them, you can have one for your dedicated gatherer, or a couple for your dedicated gatherer. Have them all on following each other, take them out, fill them all each up, and then have one that you have as your battle one that guides the whole pack out. And then that one right there can just take on any challenges that you want. But also remember that good imprinted ones of these guys, you can get an army of them. You can take out deathworms pretty easily. It's pretty good. Yeah. All right. Now, another thing, these guys, when they're gathering up trees, they seem to gather a lot of wood because, come on, they're beavers, right? Yeah, it's great. And then you'll notice you can carry up a whole bunch. It only weighs half, and then the thatch weighs next to nothing on these guys. All right, so I think that's probably going to cover it for when it comes to the Thorny Dragon. There's a lot of stuff to cover on these guys, and they are very, very helpful. And yeah, if you want to make one of these guys your regular mount, you totally can until you hit higher levels, or you can just keep doing it. Yeah, there's been some playthroughs where I was really attached to a lot of my Thorny Dragons. These guys, they're really good. Also, they look good, too. And when you look good, you feel good, right? Yeah, even when their head's poking through a bush like that. All right, so hey, I hope this video helped you out. If it does, make sure you click that like button. I really appreciate that. If you're new around here, subscribe. And until next time, this is Phlinger Phoo, and take it easy, everybody.